Oh, he's got a crab in his mouth. All right, we've got a fish on. Oh! Way deep in the jungle now. So sick. There's no drinking water, there's nothing. These boats don't go good in waves. What is going on, my doggies? Welcome back to another video. In this episode, I am super remote. We're gonna be living off the land, eating what we catch, and we're gonna be surviving with a tribe which go by the name of the Mentawai people. Let's rip in. All right, doggies, what we've done is we've cut the engines off. The engine is now off. We're just cruising through these tiny little mangrove systems. The boys are just pushing us through with oars, and we've just seen a big black bass come up and have a pump on the noodle rod. Old mate's using the noodle rod here, and I'm using a bit of a bigger, heavier setup. I'm using like a fizzer kind of lure. The boys say that these are dynamite for the big black bass in here, so that's what I'm using. We're just gonna zip our lips. We're gonna creep through these mangrove systems, see if we can't find a big old black bass. This is an epic way to go fishing. We're just creeping up these little finger creeks. There's hundreds of these little finger creeks around this area. We're just drifting down, piffing lures towards the snags. If we don't have any luv, we just pull into the main river, shoot up the creek with the engine on, and then we'll just turn the engine off, come back down with the oars. The boys are just slowly using the oars and just pushing us along, and we're just piffing lures against the mangroves. They reckon that there's some big black bass in here and also big crocodiles in here as well. So pretty hectic area, super remote where we are.
Oh shit!
The noodle rod. First fish on the noodle doodle. What do you got, bruh? Oh, it's giving him curry. Black bass on the noodle rod. You'll be the first person in the world to catch a black bass on the noodle rod.
Strike, strike, strike!
Yeah, dude. Good rod, eh?
Good rod.
Oh, he's giving you curry. Oh no, is it gone? Oh no! No, it's gone.
Hey.
The hook's straightened out, bro. Straight hook. Ado. Oh, two hooks got straightened. See the hooks are straight?
Oh.
Big fish, bro.
Big fish.
He just lost an absolute slob of a fish just then. Noodle rod on again. Oh, what is it, a cod? Yeah, it's a cod, dude.
Oh man.
Slowly. Yeah. That's it. First fish on the deck. Oh, he's got a crab in his mouth. There goes the crab. We're way deep in the jungle now. Mosquitoes are crazy, sandflies are crazy. It's hard fishing. Dude, the biggest bass just come up and boofed his lure just then. Massive bass just come up and smashed his lure.
GT bro. Wow. Oh man. GT.
Yeah! GT on the deck. Good job. Oh, the noodle rod just kills it, doesn't it? All right, we're moving spots again. We put in a bit of a slog up to this point. We've probably been fishing about 3 hours. We've had one big black bass just come up and absolutely boof behind that fizzer lure. And that's the only black bass we've seen. The boys were saying they're kind of hard to get, but man, I just want to get one. If I can get one on the fly rod, that's just life-changing. Honestly, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm going to try to get one on the fly rod, but the boys were saying that the big ones hide right up the back of the little finger creeks, and it's really hard to fish the fly rod in there. This is epic. There's not a sound out here. It's just bugs, birds. It's epic. Not a sound. All right, we've got a fish on. Oh my God, it smashed that lure on the surface, dude. Oh my God, it's beautiful. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Finally, we've got one. That thing smashed it on the surface, dude. Oh my, he's only got one hook in. We don't have no net yet. See that net? That was hectic. Oh no, we've got a good set of hooks in the back. Oh, no, that's a good fish, bro. Oh, hey, bro. Doggies, we've done it. That is what you call a black bass. Oh my God, we've been working hard, dude. I've been piffing the fly rod for hours, put the fly rod away, got this fizzer out. It's about to go dark, the sun's setting. I didn't want to give up, and look at this fish, dude. That is one of the most incredible fish ever. I'm absolutely frothing. First ever black bass, and that thing is a dream. That is so sick, bro. Look at the colors in it, dude. Big Mentawai black bass. Smash that fizzer. That was incredible. I'm frothing, dude. That makes every cast, 1,000 casts, worth it. That's the fish we come for, and we got him. Check out the teeth on this thing. Proper fish destroying teeth on him. Doggies, we got it done. We got the big dirty black bass that we came for. Frothing. That sun is just about to set. We've been fishing for about 4.5 hours, just piffing lures non-stop, and we've got a black bass on the deck. I'm frothing out. Also, we would have had no food for tonight. Like, we came out fishing for food, and we've got a big black bass for dinner. What a bloody time to be alive. All right, we've just arrived back to where I'm staying for the next couple of days. I'm gonna be living with these guys for the next couple of days. I'm bringing you guys on the journey. So we're fully remote here, no electricity, no running water, no nothing. We cook on fire. It is off-grid living. It is incredible. We've just caught our food. That black bass and that little GT's dinner for the night. We're gonna cook it up, but look at that sunset, dude. This place is absolutely incredible. Look at it. Apa?
Gadis Bali. Good.
Tidak bagus.
Oh.
Babi. Oh!
Oh, good.
It's a fully blown fish market here, eh?
Oh.
Well, we've just processed the fish. The fish has been cleaned up. Now we're smashing a couple of bloody coffees, and we're getting pumped by flying ants. There are just flying ants absolutely everywhere here. Look at them all. We're getting pillaged by them. Can't even have a bloody cup of coffee without it filling up with ants. That's the jungle for ya. How bloody good is this, mate? I'll give you guys a quick run through what's going on and where I am at the moment. So I'm in a very, very remote island off the back of the Mentawai Islands. Now the Mentawai is known for like pumping surf and everything like that, but we're tucked away on the inside, sort of the inside of the Mentawais, and I'm on a little group of islands where these families live basically off grid. They've got no electricity, no running water, no hot water. Like everything is just what you see, all these lights is just run off generators. They've got to do petrol runs every day, go get more petrol to keep the generators running, the fans going at night. I'll show you guys around tomorrow morning a little bit more, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be living with this family for the next couple of days. We're going to be going fishing, spear fishing. They're just going to be showing me around, and they are the most beautiful, lovely people you will ever meet, dude. The island is probably no bigger than 300 meters wide by 200 meters long. It's like a tiny little island, and this is their home. They live here. They've got 2 daughters, a couple of dogs, and they live here just about full time. So it's incredible, dude. So I'm going to be here for the next couple of days. I'm going to be bringing you guys along on the journey. His wife right now is cooking up that fish that we caught. She's just going to do goring, which is like a fried fish. You guys seen a little bit of that just before. But yeah, dude, we're getting absolutely peppered by flying ants. So old mate's starting a fire in the background to smoke the ants out. But dude, I'm here for the next couple of days, living off grid with this family in Indonesia. I love doing this kind of thing. It is time to feast. So out here, they have no food. There's no shopping centers. There's nowhere to nip down the road and go get milk or go get groceries. There's none of that. So if we didn't get those fish this afternoon, we literally would have been eating rice and eggs for dinner. There is no food shops. There's no internet out here. There's no phone service out here. So it's incredible, man. I'm off grid, completely off grid, with no contact to the outside world, which is amazing. But this here is our dinner. And you're basically out here self-sufficient. Every day they're fishing for themselves. They're diving, they're spear fishing, they're catching their own food. This is what we got for dinner, and it looks absolutely bloody amazing. So there's that fried fish. There's that fish that I caught about 2 hours ago. It doesn't get any fresher than that. We've got a couple of eggs from their chickens. Here's a couple of veggies. That is like a local made sambal, or like a spicy sauce with their locally harvested chilies they've got here, and rice. So look, if we didn't catch that fish this afternoon, we would have been eating eggs, vegetables, and rice for dinner. So it's good to get out there and go for a fish. Look at these crunchy little bits of fish. That's gonna be bloody naughty. I'm gonna destroy this. That is amazing. That hot sauce that they make with the chilies they grow on this island is it's incredibly good. This whole meal is good, bro. Fresh fish, a little bit of chili, rice and egg. That is it, man. That is living. It's delicious. Well, that feed was absolutely bloody beautiful. That definitely filled the hole in my stomach. I'm full as a boot. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for a lap around the island. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a nighttime explore. This island is just amazing. There are hundreds and hundreds of coconuts on this island. Like, look at this. It's crazy. Look at the coconuts. That's a, man, they're easy to get. Coconuts for days there. Look at this. Paradise, man. Water is crystal clear. Look at all the bait fish. Good bloody morning to ya. We're on our way to a neighbouring island this morning. The boys are gonna go drop off an engine to a little baby boat on another island up here. So we're gonna do a little bit of an engine drop on another island. We're smashing coffees in the boat. Sun only rose a couple of hours ago. After we hit this little island, we're gonna go back into the jungle and I'm gonna go see if I can get one of those black bass on the fly rod, because that now is one of my things I really want to get done. But look at this, it is a dead glass off, smashing coffees in a wooden fishing boat. Right, what a way to start the day. This living. This is bloody incredible. We've just wound our way up this tiny, like a tiny little creek the whole way up to this end point here where we are. And it's almost like it's like a boat yard. There's a heap of longboats here sitting here. The craziest thing about these longboats, the one that I'm standing in, and these ones here that are bigger, is that these are one piece of wood. Back in the day, this would have been a tree. And what they do is they just get axes and machetes and they chop their way down until they turn it into a boat. So these boats are actually one piece of wood. There's no joins, there's no glue, there's no nails. This big thing here is one humongous tree. Can you imagine the size of the tree? That's a big boat, that one there. That's wild. But I'm not too sure what we're doing here, but we've just arrived in this epic little place in the jungle. Looks like there's some kind of boathouse being built in the background up there. The boys are getting a second boat. We've got another boat here. Don't know what we're doing, but it's epic.
Close up. Hi, where?
This engine's going on this small one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Engine small, longboat small.
Alright, let's go. It is time for war. Crapu, crapu! Oh, he's just been smashed on the fizzer. This is what we call back in Australia, call this a cod. The locals call this a crapu. Yeah, it's a good one. Crapu, crapu!
Oh,
Besar, bro.
besar. Oh, 3 kilo.
3 kilo.
3 kilo. 3 kilo.
There it is. Big dirty cod. Look at the mouth on him. First fish of the morning. It's a slob too. Sick fish. All right, the boys are back. We fished hard, boy. We were fishing real hard this morning. We couldn't seem to get a big black bass up. We couldn't seem to surface one. We got one fish for food, which is really good. We got that cod in the boat, which is going to be a good chewer. But dude, those black bass, they're elusive little bastards. We didn't end up finding one. It's about lunchtime now in the day, and it is bloody hot. So we're going to sit back here, go for a swim, and then we're going to go on another adventure in about an hour or two. So stay tuned. Another bloody coffee. You can't get enough coffee out here. This is all you drink, man. Water and coffee. There's no beers, there's no nothing out here. I'm gonna run you guys around. I'll quickly show you guys how these people actually live out on these little islands. It's epic, dude. Like, I'd love to bring my family out to something like this and just base myself on an island like this and just live here forever. It's incredible, man. The way they live, so good. Look at this. There's a massive school of mullet right there. Like, there's crystal clear blue water. There's a big school of sea mullet right in front of me here. It's good to see the ocean life is just so alive. But look, we're running here. I'll show you guys around. It's pretty bloody awesome. The proper jungle life. Little coconut tree growing there. So they burnt all this land out here because they wanted to build things. And this is one of the old buildings. This is like the original building. Full OG, original Indonesian house. So sick. This is where they used to do all their cooking. This is like a little fire pit here. And then this is the hut where they used to live. It's all put together with bark. So they use bark for twine. So this bark grows naturally on the trees around here. And that's what they use. They use the bark, twine everything together. And that's how they make their structures. If you look how it's all engineered, it's pretty impressive. This is all done with just axes and machetes. Obviously this tin is new. They used to use the palm fronds that you can see on the back there for roofing. That's the old school Indonesian way of making roofs. But once they got their hands on tin, they started using tin. But this is where they used to live back in the day. This is like an old hut. That's where they used to do their cooking down there. This is where the party starts. This is the place, this is the area. So this is the little kitchen sink they've got out here in the jungle. That's the fish we got today. And that's gonna be our dinner around a fire. Whatever you catch, you eat out here, it's epic. This is bathroom and shower. So all they've got is a toilet sitting on the floor. And then these buckets is how you shower and how you flush the toilet. So you just dump that down the toilet and you also dump this on your head if you wanna have a shower. So that's your shower. That's basically your bathroom right there. Super simple, effective. This is how they keep the party going. This is the generator they've got here. It's actually a pretty flash generator. So that's the generator. They run all their power off on this little island. So that's all the fuel containers there. And this generator runs basically all night long. They turn it off during the day, so there's no power at all during the day. We don't have any power right now, but at night time, all the lights come on and we've got a couple of fans running in the room, and that thing runs all night long. They turn it off as soon as the sun rises. But that's the generator, and that's the little generator house they've built. You see, it's shit like this that gets me excited. That is just a piece of wood. What they've done is they've grabbed a piece of wood and they've nailed like 20 little baby nails into the end of wood. And they use that for scaling fish. They just go scratch, 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 scratch and scale all the fish, and it works incredibly well. I seen him scale that black bass last night, and this is what he was using, and it was just ripping the scales off. Those little things they do out here in the jungle are just incredible. Well, that's a jungle fish scaler. Handful of nails and a little bit of wood. The kitchen. Have a go at the kitchen. It's actually a pretty flash kitchen. They've still got that original palm frond roof. And this kitchen's pretty advanced for a little island like this. They've got gas bottles. This is epic in here. So this is where the wife's been cooking all the mad feeds for us. It's not a bloody bad kitchen. I would absolutely love to one day just completely just turn my life off and just come and live on an island like this with my two girls. Like, growing up my little daughter in an environment like this, his little daughters over there are so cute, man. They just sing and play, and they just look like the happiest kids on earth. Here's another little bungalow that they're building. So this is like one of the new houses they're building. Obviously you can see this has got a proper tin roof on it up there, but all of this wood is the wood from that jungle, from that main island you can see in the background over there. So all of this wood is harvested, milled and everything just across the road over there. Pretty bloody impressive. And then they put the whole thing together by hand. Nails and hammers, and they just build these frames up. This will be a sick room once it's done. Strong wood. The local wood around here is incredibly strong. That's what they build these big boats with here. These big long boats like this, that comes out of one tree. Imagine the size of that bloody tree, bro. That would have been a giant tree. This is my bedroom. Have a go at it. You get views like this. Some of the best views in the world. No aircon, no lights during the day, and at night time you get this big fan that fires up, and that fan just blows on you all night, and it sort of keeps the mosquitoes away. So you don't need mozzie nets or anything like that, because that fan blows so much air that the mosquitoes can't even attack you anyway. So that is basically the entire island. It's epic. That's it. That's exactly what I just showed you is all I've got here, and they just live here like absolute bloody champions. It's awesome.
Buka. Hallelujah, bro.
Enak, eh?
Enak.
The best. coconuts. We've got a big storm rolling in out the back there. We just come in from fishing. The boys are getting it done. Oh, good one.
Kelapaman ini. Tai chef ya.
Well, we have just destroyed a couple of coconuts and we have now got a massive storm coming in. You can see out the back there, there's just a heap of rain coming. Look, it's gonna absolutely piss down in a minute. It already is raining. Once this rain passes, we're actually gonna go out into another island and they wanna show me another local community here. But while it's raining, we've got nothing to do. I'm gonna jump in the water with a spear gun. I'm gonna go see if I can't get a bit of food. And they said we need one more fish for dinner. So we've got one fish, but we need another fish to feed everyone here. So I'm gonna quickly jump in the water. Got my spearfishing stuff down here and let's see if we can't spear a fish in the rain. It is about to piss down. I'd rather be in the water than sitting here doing nothing. So let's chuck the dive gear on, go see if we can't pull the trigger on a fish. Whop! Thought it was alive. That's a massive razor shell. Dead. Can't see anything out here. It's super murky. Visibility is horrible. Alright, we just got back in from a quick little dive out there. The water is like mud. It's not very clear at all. But what we did find is that's called a razor clam. They're pretty good eating. There's a half decent sized chunk of meat inside there. So you can eat these. Razor clam, there's a couple of them out there, but we only picked up the one. And then we also got a trigger fish, which that there is a trigger fish. That is a ridiculously good eating fish. These are delicious eating. They're also like a prize fish to catch on a fly rod, but a trigger fish of this size is a very, very, very good eating fish. I just showed the local bloke up there and he was like, oh bro. I don't know why he called it a different name, but he was excited as soon as he saw it because he knows these are a very good eating fish. So we've got a trigger fish, we've got a razor clam. That should do us for dinner. But yeah, he was calling me back in. He's like, let's go, let's go. We're gonna go over to another island and it's quite a big village. We're gonna go and explore this big village. This little village is amazing. Approximately 200 people live here. And it is smack bang in the middle of the jungle. And there's a school here, there's teachers here. It's a completely self-sustainable little village. There's chickens, they've got cows, there's everything here, man. There's little kids everywhere running around, running up to me. It's epic. We're just walking around the streets at the moment. So this is pretty bloody epic. That is little bits of coral that get washed up on the shore. And what they do is they grab this coral, they harvest the coral that's been washed up on the beaches and they crush it up. They turn it into piles of sand like that, and then they turn those piles of sand into housing bricks. So all this coral here eventually will get turned into a housing brick, which gets turned into a house. That's so epic. Say hello, bro. Say hello, bro.
What's your name?
Aldi.
Ali, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Okay.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh, God.
We should.
Alright, so I've just been told that there's a house in this village. There's one house in this village that has Starlink in it. So we're heading there now, and it is going to be the first time I've had internet in like 10 to 12 days. So I'm going to ring my missus, I'm going to talk to my little baby, see if they're safe. But yeah, these villages don't have any phone service. There's no internet. There's only one house out here that has Starlink. So they all throw in their money together and they buy a Starlink system. See that thing on the roof there? That is Starlink, boy. I'm going to call my baby and see how she's going. First time I've had internet in 10 days out here. Well, to be honest, I thought there would have been more people here using the internet, but it's just us two. Everyone else is out playing volleyball and running around having fun, which is epic to see. Look, I'm gonna jump on my phone. I'm gonna give my missus a call, see if they're safe, see if they're doing well, and then we're gonna get back on the boat, shoot across the ocean to the little island that we're staying on, and I think that's the plan anyway. I'm not sure. I'm just sort of going with the flow. I'm just following these people around. It's epic. If I say epic one more time in this video, please, you've got the right to slap me straight in the face. But I'm gonna jump on Wi-Fi, chat to my missus, and then we're going back to the island. All right. So. Here we go, it's time to dig in. We got razor shell, we got delicious trigger fish, we got a little bit of that GT which we caught yesterday, we got 3 eggs and rice. Bro, that is a feast and a half right there. Let's dig in. Gone, gone boys. I absolutely destroyed that meal. It was delicious. Bloody bagus. Oh, good bloody morning. We've woken up to a little bit of bad news today. Yesterday, when we had that phone service, or internet should I say, the boys checked the weather and they said we've got some proper squalls coming, like there's some big storms coming our way. The only way to get on and off these islands are by these longboats down here. So obviously I've showed you guys these longboats already. As soon as you hit these things, hit any kind of weather, it just turns to absolute mayhem. They fill up with water. They're not good in rough seas. They're very, very unstable. So I'm getting off this island now. The boys are like, bro, you gotta go or you're gonna be stuck here for the next 2 weeks. I would love to be stuck here for a little bit longer, but I've obviously got a family back home that I need to get to. So the boys are telling me I'm not gonna be able to stay for as long as I wanted, which is a little bit upsetting because I really wanted to go and bang one of them big black bass on the head. But it is what it is. We're gonna go to another mainland. We've got a 3.5 to 4 hour boat ride. You can see in the background here, there's a big squall coming again. We had one come through yesterday, which absolutely just destroyed this place. So we're gonna get in the boat. So it's gonna be a wet, wild ride. You guys are coming along, and then they're gonna take me to another village where I can get on a little bit of a bigger boat and I can go to another island. So it is what it is. You just gotta play day by day out here. There is no, you can't really plan a lot of things out here. It's just day by day, but that's it. That's what we're doing. Jas hujan.
Just hujan. Super quality.
Super quality. This is my raincoat. The boys just gave me a raincoat. They said we're going to get absolutely pumped on the boat. We're going to be driving straight into the face of the storm. So they've got black plastic. They're covering up all their stuff. They're covering up my spear gun bag and stuff like that. So that should keep our stuff dry. We've got raincoats to keep us dry. It's about a 4 hour drive into the abyss. So it's going to be interesting. All right, so I didn't realize exactly what was going on, but the whole family is evacuating that island. We're all on the boat together. I don't know what kind of weather's coming our way, but you can see in the background there, they've got a big storm brewing up. We've got the whole family, the kids are on the boat, everyone's on the boat. They're punching to another island where it's gonna be safer. No idea what's going on, I love this stuff. Big rain out there. Hectic. We just had to come into a mangrove system to take cover from that storm because the open ocean, the big squall came and there's waves just filling up this boat. Like this boat's filling up with water real quick. So we've just come into a mangrove system to take cover, and we're just going to weave our way through this mangrove system, try to stay safe and stay away from the open ocean because the open ocean is just pumping at the moment. Very windy. It's gnarly, dude. Oh, let's continue the journey. We've just pulled up into this little shacks in the middle of the mangroves, and we've got a bit of bamboo because we're going to be pushing ourselves through some extremely shallow water. This is what we're doing for the next, I don't know how, God knows how long. So we're just coming out into the open ocean now, and it does not look happy. Big waves. These boats don't go good in waves. We're gonna get flogged. Okay, a little bit of an update for you. We left at 7 o'clock this morning. It is now 11:48. It's nearly 12 o'clock. We're not even quarter of the way there. These storms are just throwing up like proper waves. The captain's like, this is way too dangerous. We've just come onto a little island. We've come on the backside of an island, which is quite calm. The two boys back here are freaking out. They're like praying like this. They both went in the water and they were doing this. Like, they're quite worried about where we are at the moment. We're on a tiny little island. Look where we are, dude. We've just had to come here and just take refuge because it's way too rough out there. So we're on a little island, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get us to this next island, but the ocean is just savage at the moment, especially on a boat like that. It's nothing safe about it. All right, the boys have made the call. We're going to leave the shelter of this little island and we're going to keep trying to make it across the ocean. This is this is hectic. I'm gonna sit in a different position of the boat purely because I hate to have my back to the ocean. Never ever should you have your back to the ocean. So at least I can see what's coming for me, and we can brace. But we're leaving these calm waters. We're heading back out that way. We made it.
Di rumah. Di rumah lah.
All right, my doggies, we have made it to the island that we're supposed to make it to. That boat trip was way longer than it was meant to be. That was one of the roughest boat trips I've done in a bloody long time. That boat did surprisingly well for the weather that we just pushed it through. But look, we're in a big island at the moment. This is the place that we were trying to get to. This is the big island. There's a lot of stuff here, a lot of people here, a lot of things going on. While I'm here, there's one thing that I want to find, and that is a locally made machete. They do two kinds of machetes here in the Mentawais, and I want to find one of each. So I'm going to walk around to all these different stores here and see if I can't find one of these like locally made machetes. I've been wanting one for a bloody long time. So let's see if we can't find one in this island here. They're basically, it's just a heated piece of steel. But because it's from the Mentawai Islands and the Mentawai people make them, it just makes it a little bit more special. So I'm going to go see if we can't find a couple of machetes. This island is chaos compared to where I just come from. There you are. Look at all these machetes we've got to choose from. They don't have handles on them yet. You got to make your own handle out of wood, hard wood that you find on the island, which is what I really want to do. I want to make my own handle. These machetes are dope. There's heaps of them here. They're all basically the same shape. They've been hardened. Yeah, then these are going to be survival machetes. All right, we've got a couple to choose from. Yeah. Terima kasih. Look, I can't bloody help myself. These things are going to be brutal coconut openers on other adventures I do, so I'm going to get myself one of these as well. They feel amazing. Mission complete. I've got two handmade machetes right here. These things, I've been trying to get my hands on these for a bloody long time, and I finally found an island that does them. These are two locally made, handmade machetes. I'm gonna do the handles myself on them. So I'm gonna find a little bit of Indonesian hardwood. I'm gonna carve myself out a handle. But dude, we've got some incredibly good tools here for the next survival mission. Doggies, that is probably gonna be it for this episode. It is pissing down with rain again. I'm gonna jump on another boat tomorrow morning. So I'm actually gonna be staying here tonight in a little room, which I got myself. And that's it, mate. This is a very unexpected episode. Nothing really went to plan. I want to come back to that island again. There's meant to be some incredible surf breaks around them islands. I want to get a black bass on fly. I want to explore a lot more islands around that area. It's an incredible area, very hard to get to. And we spent majority of today on a boat. The sun's about to go down. I'm going to go get some shut-eye, and I'm going to go to another chain of islands tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, bang that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to get your merch, fielddaysshop.com. All right, I'm going to sit here and hang out in the rain. Much love, doggies. Thanks for watching. Ow! You. Straight in a f***ing tree. What a d***head, eh? You. Strike, strike, strike. Yep, I'm on. This one's a f***ing good eater. Yeah, bro, we got good food here. Sake. Good, bro.
So good.
Bagus. F***ing bagus. You. You gotta be f***ing kidding me. Don't worry, boys, I'll feed us tonight. Strike, strike, strike on all. Bang, black bass. Come on, that's the shot. Yep, absolutely all. Doggies. Most incredibly hospitality. Dude. Psst, psst, psst. Oh, just f***ing stay straight, you stupid f***ing camera. Bro, come on, man, just stay straight. Just stay straight. That black bass was delicious. I'm just gonna cruise around, get lost on the island for a couple of hours, and then we'll, oh, shut the f*** up. Wow. Well, this little... What the f***? This is I've got 2 handmade chamettes. Epic. Don't you say epic one more time, I swear to God.